I said, God, I need a partner because there's something bubbling in my stomach that I need to have these 5 kids, and I can't do it alone.
You want to have 5 kids?
Yes.
Let me come into this. I was here talking about how we met.
But we're not finished.
That
no,
is
you
one
want to
of
have 5 kids?
5 kids. That's not for the media to know.
Wait. But
Ekow, Simpson.
When I meet people with the Christian things, I'm like, okay, how is life be like Christian? I'm you see how devoted you are?
yeah.
I can't do it.
Why?
I don't want to do it.
You don't have strong faith.
It's not about
No,
faith.
not
It's
faith.
like okay, so for me, I feel like I'm still living. I'm not going through any hardship. Like, I'm cool. Okay. So I don't have to be like, yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm going to church. Hey, hallelujah. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, because that could be a show.
Yeah, a show.
Yeah, a show, meaning I've seen my
Somebody
mother do
just
it and
do it.
know how she operates.
Okay.
You must do this. Like,
Okay.
you must go to church, you must dress a particular way. When they say something, you say amen.
Okay,
it has no kind of grounding.
So
to you.
I feel like
it could be a show like
I didn't-
everybody can speak in tongues. Just hear somebody.
Yeah.
My son speak in tongues. You know what I must say?
Yeah, to me,
You understand?
to me, I'm not saying that.
Our Christianity is different though.
But
We don't talk it, we live it, we show it.
That is the issue I'm talking about. So what makes someone so different as a non-Christian than? Because me, I feel like I am a Christian because my grandmother
told you, well.
oh, hey, I'm going to church, bath and let's go, and then I went. So I don't see anything that will tell me that because I experienced this, God did this, so then I'm a Christian.
Oh.
That's how I feel.
So you have no, what we will say, testimony.
Yes, I feel like I'm a traditionalist. Like, I am a typical African who believes that we can pray through trees, we can pray through this, and we believe in a supreme being. So we talk through these things to it. That's how we. That is what we have in Ghana. So in Ghana we have Christian, Islamic, and traditional religion. So the Islamic religion is and then the Christian is through Jesus, and then we believe, the traditional people, we believe in the existence of a power before the Christian life was introduced to us. So to me, I still don't see why I have to call myself like a Christian, because it may be different. I go to church and I see the elders and the people sitting on the big seats with fun and up there, and then the normal people sitting on a small chair. I feel like, no, if you're
white as segregation.
Yeah, it's like I don't see anything. Sometimes you go to church, this may be different. You go to church and even you want to sit by someone, the way they will look at you before they even push, before you sit. But when you go to the Rasta place, you get there, enjoy yourself. Let's feel the vibe. So
That
you
makes
see,
sense,
all these things don't. I still feel like I believe in God, but I don't want to say.
I agree with you, and I believe that Christians have given people who supposed to act like Christ or act like God has given Christianity a bad name. So the people who call themselves Christian, the way they behave, the way they are not open like the Rastafarians and not welcoming, they give they give it a bad name. So even when I met my wife for the first time, the first question I asked my wife, because I grew up in a religious family, and the first question I asked my wife when I met her was, "Are you a Christian?" Because what happened is, she was in the room that in the hotel I was working, and she had a problem in the bathroom. So the boss sent me to fix the problem. So while I was in the bathroom, she was listening worship and sermon on the TV. So with that now, I was like wondering if she's a Christian or not. So when I finished fixing the bathroom, I came out and I said, "Are you a Christian?" And she said the same thing you said. She said, "I don't want to be called a Christian. I prefer to be called a believer." So it's the same thing. People have given Christianity a bad name. Christianity is not bad, but some people, just like how her mother said Rastafarians are dirty.
Yeah.
Not all Rastafarians are dirty.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
But I think what he's trying to get at now is more on, like, why do I have to use this Jesus
Yeah.
and not the tree?
Because there's something that created the tree. The tree didn't create itself.
Yeah, but he believes in God. He just didn't believe that we have to believe through Jesus. And who is this Jesus? And I think that's a valid question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ask that question all the time. Like I am, because you know, you hear I talk about colonization.
Mm-hmm.
And if we pay attention to our history, all the, like, some nations in like Africa that wasn't colonized, one particular that wasn't colonized, or if you listen to documentary about different queens and kings and different kingdoms, how they formed allies with the Brits against the Dutch, against the Portuguese, they had to convert to Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to do away with their culture
Yeah.
and adopt this white man's narrative, this new thought, in order to get some kind of support, so they weren't brought into chains, and they supported others getting into chains, just for survival. We're not vexed with nobody for what they did to survive, right? So I ask the question all the time, so why may I have to believe in a Jesus? Which raises question. They're like, how can I say Jesus, but it's the same persons that killed me, killed my people, you understand, persecute me, treat me so bad.
I don't know if that's true.
What?
You say that, you learn that, but I don't know if that's true.
Wait. Learn what?
History. Most history are not true.
No, wait, babe.
But there's an iota of truth in everything that we say.
Yeah.
Do you personally believe in polygamy? You know polygamy, right?
I
Like
heard the name of
a
it,
man,
but
a man marrying
More than
one wife. Do you believe in it?
No.
Why are you looking at
No, because
I don't want you to answer.
okay, no.
Now, in African religion, belief, we believe that a man can marry 2 or 3 women if he can afford. The thing is, if he can afford.
Yeah.
So if I can afford it, that is why in Nigeria you hear it.
Yeah.
In most places you hear it, that someone has married 2 or 3 people. Even in the Muslim Islamic religion,
They do.
it is, that one is even open. But now the white person came to Africa and said it is a sin for a man to have 2 wives. So now all the beliefs, all the traditional beliefs that we practice,
Yeah.
now you are telling me it is no good. But now the same person whom in Africa we believe that there is no way that the maker made a man and a man to be together, that white man is now saying it is okay for man and man, woman and woman to be together.
So you
So
have to know question.
it's dicey.
It's who you
So-
believe in, though. Is it who you believe in? The white man, whatever the white man says?
But
But the white man brought Christianity.
Christianity.
How are you so sure about that?
How are you
Because-
so also sure that he didn't bring it?
I mean, you can be right
Uh-huh.
because when you look at the Jesus that they create, is a white Jesus. So you can
Exactly.
be correct, but we don't know.
How we don't
we don't know.
So listen. So
Which is fair.
if we don't know, then I believe that Christians should keep to themselves as Christians and not try to convert anybody into Christianity. Then I would also keep to what I have and stay at what I have. But now that is not the issue. Even the Muslims are saying if you don't turn to be a Muslim, you won't go to heaven. And Christians are saying that. And at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
because
what are we
Christians have
fighting
that-
for? Is one Allah, one God.
Right, Christians have that in the Bible. We in Christianity, in our Bible, because I consider myself as a Christian. Everybody have their own belief and religion. I consider myself as a Christian based on what I read. I never read the Muslim Bible. Remember, I never grew up with Muslims. I've never grew up under the Muslim culture. So,
In the Bible,
in the Bible,
it says
that there's only one God, and Jesus comes from God. If you don't believe in Jesus, and if you don't believe that Jesus came from God, then there's no way to heaven.
Who said it?
The Bible. So
wrote the Bible?
That's just what I read. The Muslim now have their own belief and their own God who says, if you don't believe in this son or whatever, I can't doubt them and they can't doubt me. I'm not forcing my Christianity on them and they shouldn't force their, whatever they call it, on me.
But the Christianity mandate is that we should go out and make disciples of men. So Jesus walked the earth and selected 12 disciples. And we are told to evangelize and share our faith. Share about the good news, which is Jesus came, he died, and he rose again. Now, there is scientific evidence. No, this is, I'm going to meta for myself because I questioned my faith. And I will strongly say nothing is wrong with questioning your faith. That's how you're going to learn and how you're going to be sure or certain about where you stand. There's scientific evidence, just as how they can dig up the ground and find that somebody lived here based on testing and all of that. There's scientific evidence that what was written, so like when you write your journals and all of these things, they took facts. There was a way of record keeping in the past. So that's where certain things come from, literature, some books and so forth. When Jesus was crucified, so there was record keeping through Matthew, different persons wrote, right? But when Jesus died, there was an earthquake. It's scientifically proved, just like I said last week or a couple days ago, Jamaica had an earthquake. There was an earthquake. And there's also facts that the tomb, the burial site, he was not present there again. I'm just saying. He said, I will die and I will rise
again.
And he died and he rose. I'm just saying, that's the scientists. Science and God is kind of combating because science is trying to be God. So if science prove that this is true, this is what we're taught to believe science, in a sense. So I believe that science of it. So this is not only my zuzuzu in my brain. This is science. But personally, where I say I speak on my faith, I believe that we are spirit, body, right? Spirit and body. We never just vaporize. And science cannot definitely prove at any point of my conception. They can't tell me exactly the moment how every single vein and blood vessel were joined and how it pushes. They can't. They can explain some context. But there is no way that one man or anybody has come together to really tell us there's a fertilization period, because they cannot definitely give you. They tell you the time of birth. It's going to be a timeline. They say 40 weeks. There's no guarantee. There's no certainty, except there must be a God. Right? So something else worked its way out to make me. So I believe in that. I know that for sure. And then from my own personal experiences. So outside of going to church or what the church is saying and all of that, because there's a church hurt and all of these things. Come here, go people are people. You know that. So that's not my, that is why I'm there. But as you said, personal hardship and what you call like deliverance or peace. I found that. You understand my experience, and that's why I'm with Jermichael in a sense. When I say I'm with Jermichael, because I was in a mental state where I was like, God, obviously me I choose wrong with men, so I'm gonna choose you. And he gave me a vision to do a non-profit organization, Women of Destiny. I've been doing Women of Destiny, and it led me to a place of all of these opportunities, right? But it also got me to a place where I said, God, I need a partner, because there's something bubbling in my stomach that I need to have these 5 kids, and I can't do it alone.
You want to have 5 kids?
Yes.
Let me come into this. I was here talking about how we met.
But we're not finished.
That's
no, you want to have 5 kids?
5 kids? That's not for the media to know.
wait. But yes, so I was in a place of this desire, this strong desire, and just as how I recognize that there's no one man that can tell me how all of me was created and all of that. I knew that this desire came from somewhere, and there was no way that I could do it on my own. So this is where we get to this place of surrender. So I said, I surrender to the higher being. I surrender to you, Yahweh, Yeshua, God, Jesus. I give you me as my body. This is where I became celibate. This is where I fasted, because even when the fasting is a cleansing process, taking out everything to say that I know that the spirit that lives inside of me can sustain this body, and I surrender to its leading and not my own will, not my flesh, not the guy down the road that I thought I like, but to what God is saying in my heart. Now, some people will say I'm Google in my brain, because you can feel. I don't know. People must can. You ever feel something in your belly like this? Just feel like the gut feeling, like you just a knowing.
Like when they met me. And
I'm getting there. Right? So I surrendered, and I went on a fast, and I followed the Daniel fast. So this fast in the book of Daniel. Daniel was trying to pray for his nation and his people, and the king had ordered him not to pray. They were not allowed to pray, so he prayed quietly. And when he said an angel appeared to him, so he wrote, just like how I pray in a journal, he wrote and he said, the angel appeared to me, and he said, the angel said to him, I took long because I had to fight this kind of principality that was blocking the answer that God had for you. But during that time when Daniel fasted, he talked about like he was covered in ashes. It's like he was in a state where he ate only grains and certain kind of like natural, nothing. He didn't do any artificial, nothing. Obviously it's not artificial then, but he had no meat. He had vegetable and grains only. So I went on a Daniel fast. It's not called like in the Bible, but it's like replicating the fast that he did. And the reason I did that is because there's something spiritually, because we're spirit before man, body. There was something spiritually that was blocking that breakthrough of this relationship that I know I was called to have, because I need to have 5 kids.
Give me 5. Give me 5.
High five. Exactly.
High five.
We're gonna come to Ghana. We're gonna reside in Africa, right? We're gonna own properties. We're gonna do business. We're gonna build Africa. We're gonna connect, these countries. And when I speak like that, it's like that desire. Yeah. It's just strong desire, and there's a knowing. Like you just know. You ever I don't know if that has ever happened to you. Yeah. There's just something that you just know. You can't tell. When you ask some persons who do like African spirituality, they say the ancestors tell them. Yeah. You understand? I don't know about no ancestors. Sometimes I feel like the ancestors are talking to me because of how I behave. But just know say there is something in me. But I know that there's a knowing deep inside of me that is what I know as my faith. No, we grow knowing faith as a part of religion. Faith is something that you believe in that you cannot see. You understand? So you're saying, I believe in the traditional way of faith. Is that right, or is that so wrong? And you're questioning, where did this Christianity inception come from, and why do we have to have this mandate of converting everybody to it? And Christianity came through conversion, which is from colonialism and taking over. So it's only fair to question that. Yeah. We, as the faith family who believe in Yahweh, Jesus, again, scientific proof. Yes, the white man scientifically prove it. In the act of denouncing it, that's one way. They were trying to say, no man. So it's an investigation to say this doesn't work, or this isn't real, and it proved it was real. And then from our own personal I don't know. Experience. Yeah. So I just believe that there's power in the name. I believe that we have gotten the freedom as human beings. All we want is freedom, You go to work, you give up your time to get money to see if you could get the freedom. Yeah. I read in a book, The Psychology of Money, and the gentleman talked about it. He said the thing that people want is freedom. People are not stressed if they're working and their time is being able to convert into other things where they're free. Like you're doing the job that you want to do. You choose. You understand? So I know that with my faith, there comes a sense of freedom and peace in making some decisions that don't make sense to nobody. Like married to this random man, never met him outside of a 23-hour layover. I met him for less than 12 hours, said yes, we're gonna get married, called my mother at the same time and be like, I met my husband and we got married. I don't know what else to tell you, but and now we have 2 boys, you know? Like
Wow, you guys.
Funny thing is, the day I met her,
January 22nd.
he was born on that
same day. January 22nd.
He was born on the same day I met her.
January 22nd.
Yes. And remember the beginning I told you that there's no way you can tell about the time of birth.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a plan,
No.
right? And he was born.
I can't see you.
Wait, no, Baba.
Okay.
So I met him January 22nd, 2019. And he was born January 22nd, 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
It means that okay, there is that spiritual something.
So
Something.
yeah, it's just our experience. We
Yeah.
can't really say what it is, but we know it's real.
Yeah.
It's real.